And that, my friends, is how you decide whether you're going to hit a cross court or a down the line passing shot. When your opponent comes to the net in singles, you're presented with two basic choices. You can either involve them in the point, forcing them to have to hit a volley, or you can avoid them and go for a down the line or cross court pass. Of course, you can hit a lob, but right off of your opponent's approach, it's not the best to avoid them with a topspin lob because they're too far back at that point. So the passing shots are really the way that you avoid your opponent when they're coming in. Now, I, for one, am a big fan of just teaching you to involve your opponent. See if they can volley. Give them a low volley. Watch how half the time they screw it up. I'm also a realist. I realize that many of you want to hit a passing shot. So let me help you decide, should you hit down the line or should you hit cross court? It's a very simple way of knowing which you should hit. First off, if your opponent comes to the net on you and they're coming forward, the down the line pass works anytime. It's like a master key. It'll open any lock. No matter the situation, if you want to hit a down the line passing shot, go ahead, because it's going to be usually wide open in recreational tennis. A couple reasons for that. One is most of your opponents do not split step when they're coming forward. I mean, I'm speaking from 28 years of coaching experience, looking at players coming to the net in rec tennis, you know, the 3-0s, the 3-5s, the 4-0s. Most of them are not split stepping. And the split step is vital to making a lateral change of direction to get your down the line pass. Another reason why the down the line is great is because a lot of times when your opponent comes to the net, they're too much in the middle and they're not shaded to the same side you're on, which again leaves the down the line wide open. I also realize that the cross-court passing shot is the passing shot that players hit more often. That's the interesting thing about just analyzing matches, is you get to see, wow, the down the line pass has a lot more success, but the cross-court pass is the one players hit more often. There is one moment where the cross-court passing shot, you know, is a good choice, and you can go for it and it's going to have a high success rate. And that is right off of their approach. See, when your opponent hits an approach shot, they're going to be around the service line when you're hitting your ground stroke. And if you're going to go for a pass, remember, you can go down the line, but this is basically your one chance to hit the cross-court pass. And the reason is because when you hit a cross-court passing shot, you can't just hit it anywhere cross-court. The cross-court pass has to land near the side tee. It has to land in basically the service box or somewhere around this area, because you have to dip it away from the approacher. If you hit a cross-court pass deep, it's way too close to the volleyer because it has to cross in front of them. And remember, this person's not split stepping, so they're just going to run right into it, right? You're basically hitting the ball cross court to the place they're going to be because they're going to run the red light, if you will, and they're just going to move through your shot, not split stepping, and they run right into your volley, or yeah, your ground stroke. They volley it into the open court. So the cross court pass usually has more spin. Oftentimes you'll see players finish up above their head, getting the ball to dip, kind of like that Nadal shot, and they're going to dip it here in the service box. That shot is best hit when your opponent is around the service line, which is where they'll be right off of their approach shot. See, if you hit the ball right to them and they volley it back, and you recovered because you didn't know they were going to volley it back to this corner, and now they move closer, and now you go back over, instead of being at the service line where they were off of their approach, now they've already hit a volley, now they've gotten closer to the net. The cross-court passing shot is no longer an option. You try to go cross-court, you're going to end up missing in the doubles alley. It's the only way to avoid them. Now, of course, you can like dip it onto the line right there and hit the most spectacular shot, the best shot you've hit in years, but we can't rely on that. So in that scenario, even if they move slightly over, in that scenario, the down the line is the perfect shot to hit. That is how you decide whether to hit cross-court or down the line in your passing shots. Use this information. You are going to win a ton of matches because of it. Now, if you're not in the market for a new ball machine, then just skip this portion of the video. But if you want to learn about the Proton, I'm going to tell you about it right now. The Proton Ball Machine is the only ball machine I promote, and there's a reason why. First, it's the only ball machine I've seen that I think you will actually use. So for instance, a couple of weeks ago, there was a comment in one of my videos, and I was promoting the Proton, and somebody said, oh, you got to check out, I forget actually the name of it. I wouldn't say the name of it, but I actually forget the name of the ball machine. And I checked it out, and it looked fine. It had some good stuff to it. 56 pounds. Are you kidding me? This thing weighs 18 pounds. It is so lightweight and portable. See, I think the reason why people don't use ball machines, and if you have a ball machine and you're not using it, I'm willing to bet one of the reasons is it's just so clunky and heavy and annoying to take onto the courts. This thing weighs lighter than the ball hopper you take onto the court. So it's awesome, super lightweight. Another thing that I really enjoy is that depending on the weather, like where you are, there's a detachable battery. So you can just keep the ball machine in your vehicle or in your garage or somewhere close to the door. You don't have to lug it in and to charge it. You can leave this in your car, you can leave it in your garage somewhere close, and then look, it's just a battery that you charge, just like a cordless drill. And then when it's charged, you pop it right back in. Now, where do the balls go? It's like origami, where the ball hopper opens up on the top. It holds up to 100 balls. And I'm going to show you actually my favorite thing, my absolute favorite thing about the Proton. And it's the light on the front. Okay. This right here, this light, it blinks 4 times right before the ball comes out. Now, why does that matter? With most ball machines, you have no idea. I shouldn't even say most. It might be all ball machines. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if there's some other ball machine that lets you know when the ball's going to come out. This blinks 4 times right before the ball shoots out so that you can do a split step. It's one of the, like, people send me videos all the time of them hitting on a ball machine. And they're like, hey, how's my technique? And if you want me to analyze you, send me an email, ryan@2minutetennis.net. We can get on a phone call. I'll tell you about the options for me to analyze you. But when it comes to split stepping, with most ball machines, you don't know when the ball is coming out of the machine. You can see it when you're rallying with someone because you can see when impact is going to occur. And the split step has to be perfectly timed for you to really get any benefit from it. But these players send me videos of them hitting on a ball machine and they're flat-footed or they're just hopping because they're trying to like somehow stumble upon the perfect timing of the split step by just doing a bunch of split steps. With this machine, with the Proton, you know exactly when the ball is going to come out. So let's say you hit an approach shot and you're coming to the net, which by the way is the most important time to do a split step. You want to do a split step all the time, but the most important time to hit a split step is after you hit an approach shot and you're moving forward because you've got to be able to change direction, have a ball that's going over your head, you don't want to run forward. The Proton helps students actually time their split step because as soon as the ball starts, the Proton starts blinking, you do your split step and it just so happens to time perfectly with when the ball is coming out. So I put the link in the description. I'm also going to pin it in the first comment. If you use my link, which is about to pop on the screen right now, you get free shipping in the USA. So check it out. I've used so many ball machines, but this is the one for me. So give it a try and I think you'll absolutely love it. So click right there to check out the Proton Ball Machine. And with that link, you're given a coupon code for free shipping. The down the line pass works anytime. If you're going to go cross court though, it's got to be when your opponent is farther away from the net so there's room to get the ball past them. If you do, there's no doubt you're going to gain confidence, win more matches, and play much better tennis. This is Ryan Reedy from 2minutetennis.net. You got this.